Good morning, students. In our previous class, we have discussed about second chapter of economic, people as resource. We have discussed about the human resource. Students, human resource can be converted into from liability to an asset. Students, then by the story of Sakal and Vilas, we came to know about the three factor education, health and training. Students, we have discussed the different economic activities by men and women also. Students, the quality of population depends on two factors. First, we have already discussed education and now we will take the health. The health of a person helps him to release his potential and ability to fight illness. An unhealthy person becomes a burden for an organization. Indeed, health is an indispensable basis for releasing one's well-being. Our national policy too aimed at improving the accessibility of health care, family welfare and nutritional service with a special focus on underprivileged segment of population. Students, just for 4 states like Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra, 81 out of 180 medical colleges. And other hand, in UP and Bihar have less health facilities and medical colleges. Students, in your NCERT book, there are 2 illustrations of improving the health status of India. By them you can understand that from 1950-51 to 2015, the number of hospitals, number of medical colleges and number of students and number of teachers has been increased. Now our government focus on first, establishment of hospitals and dispensaries in rural and urban areas. Second, regular free health checkups and distributed free of cost medicines in some states. Third, establishment of medical colleges. Students, our next topic is unemployment. Unemployment means exists when people willing to do work but cannot find jobs. In case of India, we have unemployment in rural and urban areas. The nature of unemployment differ in rural and urban areas. In case of rural areas, there is seasonal and disguised 2 types of unemployment. Urban areas have mostly educated unemployment. Seasonal unemployment happens when people are not able to find job during some months of the year. People dependent upon agriculture usually faces such kind of problem. There are certain busy work seasons when sowing, harvesting, weeding, threshing is done. Certain months do not provide much work to the people dependent on agriculture. In the case of disguised, people appear to be employed. They have agriculture plot where they find work. This usually happens among family members engaged in agriculture activity. The work requires the service of 5 people but engages 8 people. 3 people are extra. These 3 people also work in the same plot as 5 people. The contribution made by the 3 extra people does not add to the contribution made by the 5 people. If 3 people are removed, the productivity of the field will not decline. The field requires the service of 5 people and the 3 extra people are disguisedly employed. Students, factor responsible for unemployment in rural areas. First, over-dependence on agriculture. Second, absence of alternative employment opportunities. And third, lack of diversification of agriculture. In case of urban areas, educated unemployment has become a common phenomenon. Many youth with matriculation, graduation and post-graduation degrees are not able to find job. There is unemployment among technically qualified person on one hand, while there is a dearth of technical skills required for economic growth. Now, the harmful impact of unemployment. First, unemployment leads to wastage of manpower resource. Second, there is a feeling of hopelessness among the youth. Third, people do not have enough money to support their family. Fourth, unemployment tends to increase economic overload. The dependence of the unemployed on the working population increases. Fifth, the quality of life of an individual as well as of society is adversely hit. Unemployment has the harmful impact on the overall growth of economy. Increasing unemployment is an indicator of a depressed economy. It also wastes the resources which could have been gainfully employed. In case of India, the unemployment rate is low. The unemployment structure is characterized by self-employment in the primary sector. Employment scenario in the three sectors. Agriculture is the most labor-absorbing sector of the economy. In recent years, has been decline in the dependence of population on agriculture, partly because of disguised unemployment discussed earlier. Some of the surplus labor in agriculture has moved to either the secondary or the tertiary sector. In the secondary sector, small scale manufacturing is the most labor absorbing. In case of tertiary sector, various new services are now appearing like biotechnology, information technology, and so on. Now, student, we are taking the example of a village, how people could become an asset for the economy of the village. Student, there was a village inhabited by many families. The families decided to send one of its sons to an agriculture college. The boy got his admission nearby the town. After some time, he became qualified in agro-engineering and came back to the village. He proved to be so qualified. He now could able to design and improve plough, and by this plough, the farmers increased the yield of wheat. Student, thus a new job of agro-engineering was created, and this type of job first time gave the best future for the village. The family in the village sold the surplus wheat to the nearby other towns. They requested to Panchayat to open a school and they could send all the children there. The Panchayat, with the help of government, opened a school. A teacher was recruited there. All the children of the village started going to school. After some time, one of the families gave training to his daughter in tailoring, and now she started stitching clothes in that village. Students, now tailoring work is also started in that particular village. Thus another job like tailoring, teaching, like agro-engineering, and other jobs were created. This was the beginning of the prosperity of the village. Over time, the village, which formerly had no job opportunities, were there, but now the village rising level of human capital added a new type of different type of rich, complex and modern economic activities. Student, by this ideal village, you know about how a village become more qualified, more developed and more ideal. Students, now I am telling you, in this chapter you have seen the different inputs like education, health, and then we have discussed about the economic activities of three sectors, and last we know about the unemployment and the problem of unemployment in India, and finally this chapter ends with the story of a village which formerly had no job but later had plenty of jobs. By this example, you know people are the best resource and we may convert into an asset.